and welcome to the Axiom Medical COVID-19 Vaccine Facts versus Fiction live stream that we're hosting today. Just a quick background. My name is Holly Foxworth, and I am one of the registered nurses. I'm also the marketing manager for content here at Axiom, in case you've stumbled upon our feed or you're new and you're not familiar with who we are. But as always, I do have a brilliant team, the best minds in medicine and communication, both that are going to be joining our panel today. We have Dr. Scott Cherry, who's our Chief Medical Officer. We also have Dr. Peter Matos. We have Chief Marketing Officer Dara Wheeler, and then also Communications Director Brennan. So they're going to walk us through some of those most recent myths that have been floating around, whether that be on TV, on social, etc. All right. Well, the last one we're going to talk about, and I'll kind of circle back to Dara and Autumn here, especially because we need to hit this from a communication perspective and making sure that everybody understands. But ladies, what would you say would be, knowing that everybody is not going to be appropriate for the vaccine, whether that be because of their personal medical condition, religious preference, whatever it may be, what are some of the things that we can be communicating that would help prevent the risk of infection for those that remain unvaccinated?
That's a great idea to talk about. And one of the things that Dr. Matos has said numerous times over the last year has been the Swiss cheese effect. And, if you keep stacking that Swiss cheese on top of each other, you're going to plug those holes as much as you can. At Axiom, we talk a lot about the layered approach. And so whether you're talking about the Swiss cheese layers or whether you're talking about other stacks upon stacks of layered approach, you do need to still think about that approach. So we still need to think about our environment and how to protect those within our work environments and our home environments. And that includes things like hygiene and testing and making sure there's still all of these measures in place to address infection in our spaces. So I want to reiterate that we see vaccinations as another layer in the approach, but not a single layer in the approach. We still need the other layers to protect ourselves and everybody in our environment. Autumn?
Yeah, am I muted?
No, you're good.
Okay. From a communication standpoint, there was just some polling done in the United States in March of this year and found that 42% of respondents believed at least one COVID-19 conspiracy theory. That's a lot of people. So we really need to debunk a lot of this and keep it in our constant stream of consciousness to just do our research and our due diligence, and also just to protect the vulnerable populations, the immune compromised, small children, women who are pregnant or recently pregnant, everyone from lung problems and asthma, COPD, diabetes, obesity. There's such a huge population that can't get vaccinated that we still need to consider them within this, get vaccinated ourselves if we're able, and continue on with good hygiene and social distancing and making sure that we're not involved, as exciting as it is, in big events and group events unless we're wearing a mask.
Yeah. Great points. Excellent. Anything that Dr. Matos or Dr. Cherry that you guys wanted to add there as well?
I think kind of what we were just speaking about earlier with herd immunity and how to look at it, and how Dara also mentioned our main focus has been this layered approach. We meet our clients to where they're resourced and so we have flexible ability to provide protection to employees depending on if they're willing to do testing, vaccination, screening, case management. And so early on in this pandemic, I thought there was going to be this silver bullet that would just kind of be this cure-all. And obviously that was overly optimistic, but I do want people to continue focusing on being as safe as they can be with this layered approach. I think it really is the best, safest way to move forward.
Yeah, great. Anything to add to that, Dr. Matos?
No, I think I agree. I think it's that multi-layered approach. And I think we still have to stay vigilant. I think, right now vaccines are winning against variants. And I think our vaccines are going to be really good and good. I think I'm optimistic, and I think they're going to hold for at least a year and a half, maybe even longer. So I think we're in a good spot, but I still think we have to keep our guard up. And, just as we've rolled back, is there a risk come fall? Maybe it's a 10% risk that we might have to we've rolled forward, taking away masks and those other things. Is there a chance we might have to go backwards? I think it is. And I think a pandemic is dynamic. It's not fixed. So I think, keep your mind open, look at the data in front of you and respond to the data as quick as you can appropriately.